What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode. So today, like I said, we're going to be trying to fire this thing up. So if you guys are new, this is my 1994 Toyota Supra. We just repainted everything. It is a original twin turbo 6-speed. It says it's got like 23,000 kilometers on the clock, which is like 17,000 miles. I think it's bullshitting though. I don't know if it's actually right. The weird thing is it says it on the title too. But anyway, so the engine's in, transmission's in, drive shaft's in, exhaust is up to the mid pipe, so shouldn't be too loud, I hope. But we're gonna put some oil in the engine there, and we're gonna try to fire it up. Coolant there, coolant that's not in yet, so I'm not gonna run it for very long. Let me go ahead and flip the camera around. I'll show you guys kind of what else is missing, what's okay and what's not. All right, so our spark plugs are in, everything's fine there. The turbo is pretty good, spins free, so I know that that's all clocked right, it's all tightened up. Like I said, the coolant isn't actually connected yet. The heater hoses back there aren't connected, and the reason for that is I don't want to put this belt on yet, because I don't want power steering, I don't want the water pump spinning, because I want to redo the lines back there, and I think I'm missing a piece. So we got to figure that out. But power steering is all sealed up. And then we got to get the radiator in. I still got to do wiring for the fans and stuff, which is another reason I'm not gonna plug that in yet. Brake lines and clutch are all ready. Like I said, transmission's in. So you can see we got a little shifter dude there. So that's in. We're gonna go ahead and steal some power from the truck. We're gonna use some jumper cables just to put that on there because the battery's dead for this, and hopefully it should fire right up. Now I still have to do the throttle cable. I got to put it on there, and then we can actually adjust to get the right idle, but everything else is good, everything running wise. There are a few vacuum lines that I need to tidy up and get put back where they need to go. I need to mount that because the igniter actually grounds to the body, so if it's not connected it won't fire. So, but wiring harness is in, ECU is in, everything's in. So let's put some oil in it and go ahead and give it a shot. All right guys, so oil's in. I went ahead and tightened down the igniter there, so I think we should be ready to start. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna pull the EFI fuse, so it's not actually gonna get any gas, it's not gonna spark or anything like that. I just want to turn it over a few times, that way I can check for leaks. We're not gonna have too much oil pressure, but I'm gonna check for leaks that way, and then I also want to pre-lube everything because the engine's been sitting for a little bit. I want to make sure some oil actually gets to the parts before we full fire. Also, don't kill me for using the O'Reilly's oil. This is just going to get changed out because I've had it before where I go to start and there's an oil leak. I'd rather not lose expensive oil. I'd rather lose the cheap shit and then actually do an oil change once it starts moving with some good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to hook the truck up. We're going to crank it a couple times and then we should be able to fire it up. All right guys, so EFI fuse for the 1 and 2, those are both pulled. We got the jumper cables on, some lights on, so that's a good sign. I'm going to go ahead and crank it a few times and see what it does. All right, she's cranking kind of weak, but should be all right. So we're gonna put the fuses back in now, and we should be good to go. I'm just gonna do one last double check, make sure that everything that needs to be hooked up is hooked up. All right, we should be ready to roll. Let's put these relays back in. All I do see one loose engine strap, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that real quick. All right, that should be all right. Let's give it a shot. Still cranking a bit slow. So I'm gonna do some diagnosing and then we'll try it again. All right, guys, let's give this another shot. Didn't really see anything that's wrong. Vacuum leaks aren't going to stop it from starting. Cooling lines not being connected, that's not going to stop it. So pretty much what I'm looking for is the cam angle sensors, making sure those are plugged in, making sure that the crank angle sensor is plugged in, and then checking fuses, making sure that the main power fuse and all my EFI fuses are good to go. So we got all of them, so we'll try it again. All right, so we don't have any leaks, but on my gas gauge is showing that it's completely out of gas. So who knows? Maybe that's what it is. Let's put some gas in it. All right, guys. So I found 2 wires on the ECU that were, I guess, cut. You know, you saw the lights that were down there. Somebody butchered those. I guess they did the ECU as well. So there's 2 wires, one blue, one white, and I just connected them. So we don't have air conditioning. That's not coming on. And it's also not starting. So it's either going to control one of those 2 things. Let's hope it deals with the starting. So I'm going to try it one more time. If this doesn't work, we're going to do a little bit more troubleshooting. I'll actually probably stop recording and then keep going. So give it one more shot. You got something. Something's working. That's good. All right, guys, so it just fired up again. Of course, while I was doing a time lapse, but I'm gonna try it again. I think the starter might be giving us some issues. I just tapped on it with a hammer and fired right up. So let's try it again. All right, so it works. All right, guys, so the engine's alive, which is good. Means my timing and everything's good. Idle needs adjusted just a little bit. It was idling pretty high, but now we can actually start doing our vacuum lines and putting everything back in, like those little crossover lines and stuff like that. Do our coolant, put our belts on. Good thing is there's no oil and there's no fuel. So that was the one thing I was worried about, was is fuel going to be leaking? Is oil going to be leaking? Stuff like that. All right, guys, so I just wanted to film that for you guys real quick. You know, that's a big milestone, getting the engine running. So I'm happy with that. Now, next step is going to be getting it raised back up, bleeding the brakes, and then I can actually move the car, hopefully. So I did put the transmission in today. I did the drive shaft, and like I said, I did most of the exhaust. Still got to put the back half of the exhaust on so it's not so loud, because that was kind of loud. But overall, I'm happy. I mean, it started up. Just a little bit of work, you know. I think while I'm down there, I'll probably swap out the starter. I've got another starter. It's also new, and I got that one from Drift Motion, I think. So it's probably a little bit better than like an AutoZone one. Maybe, who knows. But anyway, I'm gonna leave the battery charging tonight so I can come out here tomorrow, tinker with a few more things, and finally start like fine tuning this and getting it ready to roll. I got all my fluids today, so we're just gonna be knocking things out. Putting the radiator in, putting all the cooling stuff in, filling it up, bleeding the brakes. I'll show you guys kind of how to bleed the brakes. These Cadillac calipers that I have, I've got the speed bleeders on there. So you just crack them open and it's like a one-way check valve. So it only goes out and it won't suck air in, which is awesome because bleeding brakes by myself sucks. But anyway, I'm gonna leave the video there. Hopefully you guys are excited as I am. If you guys are, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you're thinking. You know, what you thought of the build so far. You know, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it's what 3 or 4 months. So that's not too bad. 3 or 4 months to get a whole car repainted and get everything back together. So, all right, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe, share, all that other stuff. And I'm gonna film some more stuff tomorrow, but I wanna get this out there, get it out to you guys as quick as possible. I'm super proud. So see you guys later.